Yo, how's it going everybody? VGC here, and in today's video we're going to be previewing a team that I am borrowing from another VGC player. This team is super cool. I've again never used this kind of team before because it is a Reg J team. This team consists of Arceus, Chien-Pao, Raging Bull, Amoonguss, Fluttermane, and Zamazenta. It has been a lot of fun using this team, and full shout out, full credit to the creator of this team that will be in the description below. I would be sure to tag them and put all of their socials and such in the description below, so do be sure to check out their Twitter and do be sure to give them support if you can. This team is like really cool though, because it's like Terra Normal Choice Banded Arceus here with a really interesting set using Double Edge, which is just like really strong on its own even without Chien-Pao. And then Chien-Pao is actually Assault Vested, so it's not going to be your typical Terra Ghost Focus Sash Protect. It's going to be Assault Vested, Terra Poison, Ruination, Ice Spinner, Sucker Punch, and Ice Shard, which is really interesting. And then we have Taunt Fluttermane here. So this team is actually really cool. It's very different and honestly very hard to deal with. Raging Bolt here puts up a lot of pressure, especially in Trick Room, and then it also puts up a lot of priority pressure as well with Arceus. Now this team does come with its ups and downs, obviously, because you lack the range of Protect, and the mons that do have Protect are mons that kind of don't exactly need it all the time, right? But it's very cool and it's very strong, and this team can definitely stop a lot of top tier threats even in Regulation J with other mythicals like Diancie and such. So without further ado guys, enjoy this team. Rental code will be at the top on the right side here, description, and the pinned comment as well. Again, please do check the description, follow this creator. They make very good teams, very fun teams, and I think that they deserve all the love in today's video. This entire video is solely responsible for them. So with that being said guys, enjoy today's video. Later. Ooh, he's got the funny team. Oh man, I mean, I think in a way I can still pull this off, but if we go booster speed, Flutter. Do we have Protect on this? It's not Protect. I think leading Flutter a Moon isn't bad. Yeah, I think Flutter a Moon is not bad whatsoever. I wonder how much value. I wonder how much value the Zama gives us. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Zama gives us actually a lot of value, right? Because Wide Guard. Chien-Pao also gives us a lot of value because Sucker Punch. But I think I value the Zamazenta solely because of just all-out defense. They've got a tricky team. So I wonder what they want to do. Alright, Flutter and the big dragon. So I should like outspeed here. I get the feeling that we trade Icy Winds. Are they booster speed? Proto. Lot of proto boosts. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to fish out their Terra because I feel like they are definitely afraid, and they don't Terra. Okay, it's pretty interesting. I could have just Terra Fairyed and just Moonblasted, but Shadow Ball. Oh, not the Spadef drop on top of it. Oh, that sucks. My Volt Switch. Electro Drift? Okay, actually, I'm sitting not in a bad spot. Amoonguss just goes down here, though, because of the Spadef drop. Not sure if he would have lived anyway, but... Oh, he was Life Orbed. He He might have lived. It might have lived, right? It might have lived. But I'm gonna go Zama. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna go Zama here. I'm gonna threaten Heavy Slam. Then we're just gonna go Terra Fairy, and we're just going to Moonblast. If they're smart, they would also click Terra Fairy onto the MIRAIDON, just so they can stay in the game a little bit longer. Like they could like Terra Fairy, they can live, and then they can like try to Draco. But they don't do either of those. Okay. All right, so you lose that. Shadow Ball should be coming in to my Fluttermane, but yeah, exactly, it should be coming into my Fluttermane. This is why we Terra'd. Heavy Slam just gets rid of this. Pretty good so far. Now this is when it gets kind of weird, right? Because I know Calyrex is in the back, so I have to make a call here, which I'm just gonna have to Wide Guard and Shadow Ball, because I don't think they Terra, and even if they do, I don't think they have like Psychic. If it's a Psychic set, they have to play this like super well. Yep, there's the T-Wind, that's for sure. So T-Wind, Astral Barrage, right? Surely is the play. So I'm just going to Wide Guard anyway. I'm not even gonna bother trying to get speed drops here. Okay, there's a Terra. Could be Taunt. Could be Taunt Torn. Could be Taunt because they know we have Wide Guard. So it could be Taunt Torn. Oh, they went for an attacking move, really. Either that or like Tailwind. Oh, okay, so priority on Wide Guard takes over that. Alright, cool. Yeah, we got that right. Tailwind, Astral Barrage. That's like huge. Please don't be Focus Sash though. I'm gonna cry if you're Focus Sashed. I guess we'll never know. Okay, so assuming they go for like a taunt, so I can't click Wide Guard. I want to say I live at least one Astral. So I'm gonna make a read here. Okay, they go for Astral, right? I just want to get rid of this thing, because once it gets going, it gets going. You go for Bleak Wind. Yeah, okay, you went for Bleak Wind, and you missed. And you lose the horse. I made a really dangerous play there, but it paid off in the end. I didn't think they would go for the Bleak. That's kind of a wild decision. Now we have Arceus. I think Bleak One is like bro's only attacking move. I'm just gonna lock myself into Double Edge. GG's to you, man. This team is really interesting. Holy Trick Room, dude. Yeah, this is like Trick Room desperation. Alright, I have the lead Flutter here, kind of no matter what, so I can just taunt. This is, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is just crazy. This is actually like insane. Flutter as a lead is nice. I need to know what these sets are. Alright, so you do have Protect. Man, dude, like this is actually kind of tough. This is like really, really tough for me. I mean, truthfully, there's nothing wrong with POW into the Arceus, and then I can keep Raging Bolt and Amoonguss in the back, right? Just in case like Trick Room goes up. I think POW Arceus is not a bad lead whatsoever. My only thing is that this is Assault Vest on the Chimpo, so I don't have Protect. So I wonder what the play is going to be, because Lugia is very difficult to break. It's not fun to try and break a Lugia. Volcarona and MAGEARNA. Alright, so this is already kind of giving me Rage Powder. Yeah, this is for sure Rage Powder. And there's not very much I can do into the MAGEARNA. There's not very much I can do into the MAGEARNA. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Flare Blitz. Hope they don't Rage Powder. And I'm gonna try to pick up some good damage here, because I do have a Amoonguss in the back, so I can always just swap out, reset. Yep, and a Rage Powder. So we go for Ruination here because I just don't want Chimpo to get burned. I want to bring this down to half, under half. But yeah, just exactly half, my bad. Alright, so Volk goes down to whatever. It was a sacrificial piece anyway. And then this is when things get kind of weird. Yep, there's the Trick Room. This is when the fun begins. This is exactly when the fun begins. MAGEARNA is diabolically strong. So I wonder if going Flutter Taunt. Yeah, Flutter Taunt would have been nice. And then they got the Tinglu. Tinglu is also like not fun to play against whatsoever. Definitely not fun. Could just Ice Shard. I'm gonna say screw it. Just Ice Shard. I think MAGEARNA has on goggles. I can't see a world in which MAGEARNA doesn't have safety goggles. What's it gonna be? King doesn't want to EQ, that's for sure. It doesn't want to EQ. But it gets access to other really good moves, right? So is this Terra onto MAGEARNA or Ting? Onto MAGEARNA. Okay, so we got the Terra out of it, that's for sure. Terra Water, alright. Terra Water. Good defensive typing for it. Ice Shard does land. Sick. Goes for Ruination. Okay. That's an interesting pick. Oh yeah, Draining Kiss. Got it. That's pretty fair. I'm actually gonna Ruination on my own here. Whoa, not Protect. I almost clicked the wrong button. I'm gonna Rage Powder. And hopefully we land the Ruination onto MAGEARNA. I have to play really patient, but like also not drop my options. So the mental pressure is, do I click Ice Shard again on you or not? So what do you think? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? This is also a good test to see if he has goggles. missed. Okay. He does not have goggles. Alright, so we are kind of free to spore. Alright, let's get that chip down. I could just Ice Spinner, right? I could just Ice Spinner. I could just Ice Spinner. And then like Rage Powder again. But that means that like Amoonguss takes an absurd amount of damage. And then there's still like turns of Trick Room. Which is like kind of a gamble. So I would actually like to Ice Shard here and spore this slot. Alright, cool. I don't want to make any plays that require luck or conditions. Phantom is a very interesting choice. Okay, so now I'm still safe to pick up damage here onto the MAGEARNA, which is what I want to do. I want to pick up damage onto this MAGEARNA because I fear this mon the most because it's so bulky. I fear this mon the most. Tinglu is we can deal with Tinglu. I fear MAGEARNA the most. Because MAGEARNA is just insanely difficult to remove. Alright, cool. Yeah, MAGEARNA is just not fun to try and remove off the field. So we chip as much as possible. We try to get as much damage on the board as possible. And may I mention how cool Shiny Chien-Pao looks? That is just super unfortunate. That's super unfortunate. The 1 HP. But I mean, hey, look. We lose Chien-Pao, it's whatever. The Assault Vest came in clutch, by the way. I like Assault Vest Chien-Pao. That's super cool. Yeah, so hard. Please don't wake up, dude. It's interesting. I underspeed and outspeed anyway. That's interesting. I have to learn speed tiers again with this regulation. Like for sure, I have got to learn speed tiers. Especially like for Trick Room. Trick Room and things like Keldeo. They just confuse me. Alright, so we're still not out of the woodworks yet. Like whatsoever. I think I always just lock E-Speed here. And then I just Rage Powder. He can't Terra anymore, which means that Raging Bull is free. But I can Terra. Really long game. A long game of Trick Room turns. Losing Pal was just unfortunate, but it did its job. Still protecting the 10 bowl. Bandit E-Speed, Terra Normal Arceus. I mean, this is gonna hurt you. Not really, my bad. But do you just click Aero Blast here? Psychic Noise. Ooh. That's interesting. Psychic Noise, okay. Okay. You know, truthfully, I respect it. I do. I respect it. So, I'm gonna Rage Powder here. Wait, what's the board state like? Alright, let's redo this real quick. I'm going to E-Speed here. And then Rage Powder here. I want to get rid of Tinglu. He wasted his Protect turn. So I'm going to get rid of Tinglu. We soak up damage with the Amoonguss, right? We sack that. And then now it's 2v1 with Raging Bull and the Arceus on the field with Lugia. Let Lugia sit pretty for a second. Get rid of that. It would be insanely greedy if they Calm Mind. Like, it would be insanely greedy if they Calm Mind. Alright, cool. So they don't Calm Mind. And now we have the odds in our favor. Alright, so knee speed here, and then we thunderclap here. Huge damage roll. Yo, did they Calm Mind? Oh, they clicked recover. Oh, okay. Okay, so we just clicked Thunderbolt at this point then. Alright, I'm not risking that. Yeah, no, we don't risk that. We don't risk that. I forgot Lugia gets recover. It's a stall mine, so why did it not, right? That damage roll was crazy. Alright, cool. And boom. GG's, man. GG's. Okay, next up we're up against a rain team here, Volcanion. Volcanion and Palkia Origin. This is already very much so problematic. Really, really problematic. They've got Raichu there just for the bolt. So I've got to deal with that as soon as possible. Alright, truthfully, I'm just kind of thinking here. I could just do this. Right, I could just like go Chempao here with Fluttermane. I don't think this is a bad move. I'm not really seeing like a harsh punishment here. I'm not really caring too much about the Raichu. I'm not. But I believe that if I could just get rid of it, then I'm sitting in like a really good spot, right? So what do I want to do here? I think I do this, and then I do this. I think this is fine, because I think I'm putting a little too much respect on the Raichu, and I don't really care too much for it. And that's kind of like playing into their hand. They want me to not bring the Raging Bolt because of Raichu. So Tornadus and Raichu will come out here. Alright, cool. Alright, so something I could do here just right off the bat is just Icy Wind. Yeah, I could just Icy Wind here and then just get rid of this. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. I'm not upset with that play. Okay, so he's not Covert Cloaked. No, he's not Covert Cloaked. There's that. So I wonder if they just go for an attack here. I won't chance a Wide Guard. I'm just going to protect. Instead of Volcanion. Alright, this is going to be Rain Dance. Okay. It's going to be Rain Dance. No? No Rain Dance? Bleak Wind. Okay. Okay, okay. Something I would like to do. Again, I just want to put up board state damage here. So I think what I do, I think I have to kind of Terra this. And then I'm going to Wide Guard. I'm going to Terra, Wide Guard, and then put up Shadow Ball damage onto the Volcanion. I want to get rid of the restricteds. Torn can be dealt with, but I would like to just put up as much damage so they can't out condition me. Okay, so they punish me with switching out here, and I could have gone for an attack, right? I could have gone for an attack, and it would be Palkia Origin, which I hit Terra Dragon, which is like really bad right now because now they threaten me with Spatial Rend damage. Yeah, they threatened me with Spatial Rend. Okay. Alright. Bulky. Scorching Sands. Yeah, see. This is like rough. Super rough. Yeah, and then they threaten Spatial Rend here. So I'm gonna switch. I know they would like to get rid of this Fluttermane. I'm gonna switch and then try to put up some damage here onto the Palkia because Palkia is a giant threat. Everything else I'm really not caring too much about, but Palkia, super threat. Okay. Ghost, got it. Terra Blast? No, no way you're Terra Blast. You're a Terra Blast, man, I gotta admit, that's like... That's tech. That's super tech. That hurts quite a bit, buddy. That hurts quite a bit, buddy. You're Terra Blast. No. Oh man, no way he's Terra Blast. He's Terra Blast, yo. Alright. So one thing that I can do here. I'm going to go Raging Bolt, right? I'm going to go Raging Bolt. And I'm gonna threaten Thunderclap here. It's a Palkia. So I can try and condition you. The only problem is, for one, if I protect and I EQ, right? Protect EQ. I could do big damage, which I think I want to protect EQ, try to get rid of the Palkia so that way I can safely bring in Zama, and then this is going to be Raichu, right? Exactly. This is going to be Raichu. So this was a huge call from my end. Huge call from my end. Because I knew Raichu was going to want to switch in. That was the entire time. I want to condition them to give me that. Sick. Absolutely sick. Huge play right here, dude. Huge play. If I went for Thunderclap, Raichu switches in, right? And then Raging Bolt will just die. Protect Raging Bolt, hit EQ. I try to get rid of Palkia. And then I no longer have that sitting there. Threatening Zama. But then Raichu sits in. But now they both die. Now you're left with just this. And I don't too much care about that, because I'm now just going to condition. I'm going to condition the Volcanion. And I won't Thunderclap. Knew Tailwind was coming. Alright, we knew Tailwind was coming. That hurts, but we can live another one. Okay, we can't exactly live another one. But it's fine, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter too much. I will just thunderclap that. And then heavy slam. I mean, you have to click Bleak Wind into this. I don't see a reason you don't click Bleak Wind. I also haven't revealed that I have thunderclap, so you probably assume that I do, but you probably don't know for sure. And it's really, really like making you skeptical. Exactly. You're really skeptical to click a move because I haven't revealed it. You have no idea if I have that move or not. And then you found out. Therago's Terra Blast though? That's so interesting. But I mean, hey, it's coverage. I gotta hand it to you. It's coverage. Volcanion is very bulky of a mon. Volcanion is very, very bulky, but I will be taking this game. The Earthquake play? Genius. You gotta admit. Genius play. Okay, I'm playing yet another single restricted team. Alright. Okay. And again, I think my single restricted will just be the Arceus. They don't have any kinds of form of stopping me. To be honest, they have like realistically no way to stop me. I mean, Murkrow MIRAIDON could just be the lead, right? Murkrow MIRAIDON could just, that could pop out for sure. And I think, actually, I wonder what the lead here should be, actually. I do. I wonder what my lead here should be. This is actually kind of tricky. Like, really, it is. It's kind of tricky. We'll do this. Right, we'll do this. We'll do this. Because I'm only bringing one restricted, so I want my lead to be okay. And I'm really predicting a Murkrow and Miraidon lead just for Tailwind and just straight destruction. That's pretty funny. Ursh looking at the food in the back. Alright, Makoto. What's it gonna be? Slowking and Miraidon. Really? Now, this is different. Really, really different. So as usual, right? If you are timid, you will outspeed the Chempel. I don't want the Slowking to stay alive though. I don't. I really, really don't want that thing to stay alive. But I don't care if it clicks Trick Room. I don't. I do not care if it clicks Trick Room. But I'm gonna Ice Spinner. I'm just going to double into this, right? This Mon always Terras, guys. If you have been late to the party, Miraidon will always Terra. Exactly, into Fairy. Probably into a D-Gleam just for spread damage. So this could either be Scarf or it could either be Choice Specs. Not Scarf, got it. And you're modest. Bulk build. So if that's bulk, this could be Trick Room. If that's bulk, this could be Trick Room. I'm Assault Vested, should live, right? Right. Yep, okay. Okay. Alright, so what makes this annoying is it could have been prevented, right? Could have been prevented. Now, what I also don't like is Miraidon being here. So what I could do is I could just Sucker Punch this. Because I do feel as if Slowking switches. I'm gonna Sucker Punch just to get some slight chip. That is no bueno. Okay, now I just lose both of these. Should have just sucker punched the Slowking. I should have just sucker punched the Slowking, right? But it's cool. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Always getting put in weird spots. I mean, always getting put in weird spots. Such an awkward board state. But we brought some insurance. Put Terra and then just E-speed. I think that's what I do. And then I'll threaten Thunderclap into the slot. Keeping Slowking here, you could switch out predicting Thunderclap, or you could stay, take the Thunderclap, because priority is pretty much one of the best win cons to have in Trick Room. Okay, so you do neither, you don't switch. So that goes down, restricted down. I haven't played single restricted in quite a while, so it's a little weird. Thunderclap Life Orb, will kill. Cool. Okay, so restricted down, Terra down, Slowking down, still in Trick Room. Arceus has 4 E-speeds left, right? And then you got Urshifu. And okay, Urshifu, huge problem. Like, big problem. Yeah, like, super big problem, actually. So I'm going to E-speed and Thunderclap this slot, for sure. Gold I can deal with, kind of. But if I get close combat it, no bueno. Naked Rain is still a dangerous move, because now this game purely rides on Raging Bolt. It does. This entire game pretty much just rides on Raging Bolt. There's nothing I can do here. Choice lock. Oh, okay, they forfeit. They forfeit. We were both in pretty weird spots, I'm not gonna lie, but I think I still had the upper hand there.